So, I have a little bit of good news here. The U.S. Department of Justice extradition request had to extradite Julian Assange to the United States to face charges for helping Chelsea Manning publish the Iraq and Afghanistan war logs. The extradition request has been denied. Now, yes, it is a good thing, especially for this next reason that I'm about to give, which is Julian Assange. Now, since the extradition has been denied, of course, the U.S. government is planning to appeal this denial in UK courts. But because it was denied, Julian Assange will get a bail hearing, and there's a possibility that he can get out on bail. Now, there's a good possibility that he doesn't, because the last time he was released on bail, that's when he went to the Ecuadorian embassy in London. So he got charges for jumping bail. So they might deny him bail, but if they don't, I think that's a huge win, because Julian Assange has been tortured for the last 7 years plus. He's suffered through inhumane conditions that nobody should go through, especially somebody who didn't even commit a crime, and the only thing that they did was publish the truth about the U.S. government and other powerful governments around the world. And for that, he's being tortured and confined and imprisoned. So letting Julian Assange out for anything is great. And now he gets to get the medical treatment that he desperately needs. That being said, there is a whole lot of criticism and concern to be had around the reasons why the judge denied the extradition request. It wasn't for any, there was no rebuke to the case that the U.S. government was making trying to prosecute a journalist for doing journalism. The judge in the UK didn't rebuke any points that the U.S. government was trying to make. The judge basically sided with every single argument that the U.S. government was making. But the only reason she denied the extradition is because Julian Assange is at a very high risk for suicide because of mental health issues. The judge says that she couldn't be sure if she sent Julian Assange to the U.S. that he wouldn't wind up dead by suicide or something like that in our horrific, inhumane prison system. That was the only reason why she denied the request. This can turn bad for several different reasons. Say that Julian Assange is allowed to be out on bail, and the bail hearing is supposed to be in the next day or two. If he gets out on bail and they have conditions that he can't leave the UK, the appeal by the US government for extradition is resolved. Okay, so then now he's free and he's able to get the treatment that he needs, the mental health care that he needs. And then say he does get better. Well, then now, which is, of course, this would be a great thing for him to get better. Well, then now, during the appeals, that argument isn't even on the table anymore. If he's no longer suicidal or at high risk for suicide, the judge already said she agrees with the whole case that the U.S. made anyway. So if he's no longer at risk of suicide, that might make it definite that they send him back to the U.S. Or through the appeals, the U.S. government can make some bullshit case. Hey, something, yeah, we'll take care of him. We'll make sure he's safe or whatever. And the judge says, all right, you convinced me, good enough, and sends him on, signs off on the extradition anyway. So those are some ways that this could wind up very badly, even though she denied the original extradition request. It's stunning that a judge is signing off on this precedent that if a journalist, a foreign journalist, not even a U.S. citizen, a foreign journalist exposes a powerful government, that government then has the right to extradite that journalist from anywhere around the world and prosecute them for doing journalism. And the judge says, yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So this is a dangerous precedent. Like I've been talking about since all this started. This is a very dangerous precedent, and it opens the door for other journalists to be prosecuted for the same way for exposing war crimes and other government secrets. But also, even without the prosecution, this is dangerous because it sends the message to anybody who would ever even, to active journalists and anybody who would want to get into the field to do actual real investigative journalism. This sends the message that you are not safe. And if you say something that a powerful government doesn't like, you are liable to be arrested and prosecuted. That's not anything that we should be okay with. Nobody should be okay with that. This isn't the worst news. This wasn't even what I was expecting, but I'm going to wait to celebrate. I'm going to wait till this bail hearing, and I'll give you guys an update on that when we get more information about that.